Today we're going to talk about the top 10 mistakes real estate agents and brokers make when they are creating real estate video. My name is Robert Newman. I'm an SEO and inbound marketing specialist that's been doing it for 16 years. I have a marketing agency that has built hundreds of real estate websites, and we leverage YouTube heavily for our client base. So I have worked on hundreds, if not thousands, of projects that relate to video and SEO and things like that. So I'm going to list off for you today the top 10 mistakes that I see real estate agents and brokers making every single day. I'm so keen on this topic that I'll be using this video, the one that you're watching, for my clients as part of my furthering education series as I educate them as they grow their projects. So number one mistake, hands down, if you're a real estate professional and you're selling real estate, it doesn't matter if you're a broker or you're an agent, you need somebody, a human being inside the video to make a connection. So the number one mistake that I see real estate agents and brokers make is not including a person on the video. Now, we're looking at Christoph Chu, who is a friend of mine and an old associate, professional connection inside the real estate industry and somebody I've been talking to for many years. This video is one of his oldest videos that he ever created. And Christoph says this in many places. He made tons of mistakes as he's grown through his career. But one of the mistakes he never did make was he always included himself on video. If you'd like somebody to call you, if you'd like somebody to register with a website, if you're connecting a video to any particular marketing effort, the power of personalized social media lies 100% in you being present on your video and trying to make a connection with your audience. Trying to let people understand who you are as a person so that they feel comfortable reaching out to you, so that if they have a question about something that you've said, that they want to reach out to you. All of that starts and ends with the personal connection that they're creating between you and them. If there is no human on the video, it might as well go on cable and TV because that's where you do that kind of marketing. You don't use channels like Instagram or YouTube in order to, well, you can put out lots of polished, very impersonal, professional messaging, and you'll get very low views, very low engagement, and almost no phone calls or leads or registrations. All right, mistake number one, personalize your video. Mistake number two, don't overanalyze your first attempts at video. If you're just getting into video, that's the reason I have this one pulled up. And by the way, guys, I had to scroll down for like 10 minutes because Christoph has done hundreds of thousands of videos. This is one of his first 4. And he may have deleted some other older efforts, but this is one of the first 4 he left up. Now, when we click play on this, if any of you have seen him lately, like the camera work is shaky. He's got a camera person. He does all his own stuff on his phone. Well, not all of it, but he does a lot of his stuff now on his phone. None of that stuff is present here. Okay, all of this is really super janky in comparison to what Christoph is doing currently. Having said that, is this video bad? No, this video is great. Okay. It got him 2,719 views, regardless of the camera work. I have no idea if he got calls or he managed to move this property, but the one thing that he did do is he put his contact information inside the video, which leads me into mistake number 3. All right, when you're creating a video, you need to create a way for people to get in touch with you. All right, that is mistake number 3. Top mistake that I see real estate agents, things I see them not doing on video. All right, I've seen some people create some beautiful work. All right, I've seen them make the assumption that a little number right here at the beginning of the video during the intro is going to be enough for somebody to remember it and call, and that's good. That is better than nothing. Okay, a little slick, intro that has your video or your website address. But here's the number 1 mistake, or not the number 3 mistake that I see people not doing. The whole idea of a video is somebody does create a connection with you. You want to have them actually have all of your connection information. You want your website address. You want your phone number. You want your email address. All the things that Christoph has here. You want to make sure that there are any way that somebody wants to reach out to you, you actually want them to reach out to you on the video. If you're not leaving that information, why are you creating the video? Like, you got to have all the ways possible for somebody to reach out to you, okay? Mistake number 4, and this is today, mistake number 4 is not purchasing a $10 a month application that is going to tell you how to automatically optimize your videos, all right? Real estate agents don't need to do this for themselves. They can hire somebody from the Philippines. They can do it. Like, there's 100 different ways to do this. I use vidIQ. It costs me $10 a month. And it literally tells me everything I need to do to optimize my videos, which on average probably increases the performance of these videos by 400 to 500%. That's a $10 a month marketing charge. Real estate agents, you are never going to have a deal that is that good. If you're already creating video content, it is a no-brainer to say that you're going to do TubeBuddy or this, and it's going to cost you $10 a month. They have higher paid programs. I don't use them. I just use the basic. I just get in here and use something that's going to analyze the videos, tells me what keywords, reminds me to put in my description, reminds me to put in my in cards. Almost everything on my list, but the next 6 things down the list are all going to be things that actually a little application will remind you to do on your videos. Obviously, for those of you who are doing video for Instagram and other places, there's other rules that apply to other platforms, and you have to look those up. But if there is ever an option for you to buy a little $10 or $15 a month application that will then tell you what you need to do to properly optimize your piece of content, once again, I say this to you, Christoph's probably spent 3-4 hours creating this video. It would take him another 30 minutes to an hour to optimize the video properly, which he didn't do actually on this one. So, not entirely. He did most of it, but not all of it. So, why in the world would you not spend that $10? It is literally one of those no-brainer investments. Mistake number 5, and this time I'm going to move over to another client to actually show how this is being done right. All right, so I'm going to do Brett Wallace YouTube, who's just, he is a client of mine, and he's doing a very good job on, optimizing his videos. Okay, so here we are, right? These are all videos that he's done. Mistake number 5, sorry, looking at my list. Mistake number 5, and I'm pausing, I'm stopping and pulling stuff up and pausing as this video is continuing. Mistake number 5 that I see real estate agents make is no description, improper description. Now, that's different than your contact information. If you're going to say, on a scale of 1 to 10, what you could do, it's going to be, okay, leave your contact information in there. That's a minimum. That you have to do that. That's crazy not to do that. But right behind that, the more detail that you give inside a description, the more likely it is that people are going to spend a little bit longer on your video. Engagement is everything to YouTube and pretty much everything else that's related to Google. Longer that they're spending here. If 1 person out of 10 opens up and reads your description, that is still one person out of 10 that is going to be better than everybody else. And then with my last tip, remember that little thing about the plugin? Well, the plugin has told us to properly tag this video, which we did. And so now you're going to see all these little pieces of ranking that we have. So we know where our traffic is coming from. The analytics in YouTube suck. They're terrible. So if you're trying to figure out if you're successful or not, all these little tags with a little vidIQ or YouTube Buddy, something like that plugged in, now gives you the ability to see where your traffic is coming from, how you're relating to these searches, so that when you look at the video and you go, oh, I've had 337 views. Where are they coming from? Not coming from his website. They're coming from YouTube. So the number 5 mistake that I see real estate agents making is not putting descriptions inside their YouTube videos. This is something that you can have a personal assistant do. This is something you can have somebody in your office do. There's a lot of different options here, but you need to put a description inside your video. Mistake number 6, not promoting your own. And most of these are, I'm just always surprised that it ever happens. They always seem simple to me, but the reason I'm doing this top 10 list is because apparently they're not simple. Number 6 mistake that I see real estate agents and brokers make both is actually not promoting their video on their own social channels. Even my own client is not doing it. He's got content on a Facebook page, but you will not find videos here. You'll find a whole bunch of sold stuff, because I think he's decided that he wants to mix up the content, which is logical to a degree. But when we go back to this and look at his video and we see what we're checking in terms of signals, so social signals, Reddit, Facebook, other places this video is posted, guess what? Google can track that. They can see the votes. It does affect your ranking on these videos. Not to mention, it's kind of a no-brainer. Once again, I will just say this, you're spending all this time creating this content. Why would you not push it out to all of the people that are potentially your audience members? Like wherever they exist, Facebook, Instagram, whatever channels you're on. Are you a Reddit contributor? Do you have an active brand account? Like wherever you have built any kind of social presence, even if it's just a few people, just a few friends, a few family members that are following you, if you decide to make the effort to produce something like this, why wouldn't you share it with your social circle? If any of them like it, share it, do anything. These are all signals that make this piece of content perform better inside the search engine. So but here's the thing, it's just logical. You are a marketer. You produce something. So you email it out to all the people that you've got on your email list. You put it out on Facebook. You put it out on all the places where you have an audience. For me, I do Facebook, LinkedIn, Pinterest, and my email marketing list. This is Number 7 on my list is not adding a location tag to your videos. Now, Christoph does do this now. He didn't do it when he started. I don't know how long it took him to realize that he needed to do it, but here's a video, and you can see here, there's the title. This is what's called the title tag. These are the views and the date the video is produced. And I go over to the other video that I've used, and you'll see here that there's this thing called Fort Bend County. It's in the advanced settings when you create the video. Anybody who's created one of these videos knows there's some advanced settings. One of those advanced settings is location. Okay, so there's 2 forms of data that Google can look at. They can look at the metadata of the video that you've uploaded, and they can look at you, the human being, simply clicking a single button and then typing something in that says, this is where the video is produced. I cannot emphasize to you as real estate agents how important this is for hyperlocal ranking. It actually impacts your Google My Business profile. It impacts your YouTube channel. It impacts everything that Google tracks. You assigning a location to the video. It's an easy thing to do. It takes you 10 seconds. No, sorry. It takes you seriously, though, 30 seconds to do it when you're creating the video and uploading it. It's so simple, and yet so many people don't do it. Mistake number 8 is I watch all this effort get taken to create videos, and you'll even see this happens with Christoph on his channel frequently. No thumbnails. All right? Thumbnails can easily add your, like, overall, if you do a channel with thumbnails versus a channel without them, it's probably a 5 to 10% difference in traffic. Thumbnails do not have to necessarily be creative, and I don't suggest that you start off with them. Something simple, like if you're just like a thumbnail like this that's just got simple text on it, you know, so that somebody knows what they're going to find. Not a picture of you going like this on the, you know, on the thumbnail, because that's what the options are that YouTube offers you. Just something simple with text. Start there. I'm a great example of that. I started horribly. I still have some of those thumbnails posted on my channel, and then as time has gone on, I got better at creating them, and then I hired somebody to create them for me. They cost me about $5 a piece. They're worth it. Mistake number 9, which is very similar to mistake number 6, but I am going to call it out in a slightly different separate way, is not reusing your video on multiple platforms. Now, there's a difference between sharing your video on Facebook and other places that you can share it, and then uploading it independently to a platform. It's a small difference, but it is a difference. You want your video on and here's what the difference is for those of you who are watching. Places like this, like when we upload a video, when we actually upload the video, not share a link to YouTube, there's a library of videos that you can see, like this one, okay? And you can always access those videos on that social platform. So there's a difference between sharing and actually uploading your video. Now, my opinion is that once you've uploaded a video, if you have multiple social presences, like you have a LinkedIn profile, you have a a Pinterest profile, you have an Instagram or Twitter. An Instagram or Twitter are more common amongst real estate agents, especially Instagram. Instagram's got to be the #1 place that real estate agents go. Well, guess what? There's a feature for uploading video. You should be uploading your video in every platform that you've got. Once again, this is a great thing for somebody off Fiverr, somebody else other than you. All you should be doing is creating the video. But once it's created, the rest of these things, like why, once again, I ask the question, you've already got it created. Why wouldn't you send it to all the places it can be sent? It's probably going to cost you a very small amount of money, maybe $7 to $10. And with real estate agents in any market, and the investment being that small, even if you only got one response out of 100 efforts, $700 or whatever, right? You are still going to make a dramatic profit as long as that effort eventually yields. Not to mention the ancillary benefits of keeping all these people on all these different platforms informed. Some people are big fans of Instagram, other people's Facebook, other people Twitter, other people LinkedIn. It just depends on who you're talking about. That's why you do the video, and some people will be following you on every single platform. That's usually not the case. And my dad follows me on LinkedIn. Okay, he doesn't follow me on any of the other platforms I'm on, but he does follow me on LinkedIn. So when I post stuff on LinkedIn, I keep getting surprise responses, mostly from my older family members who all have pretty much adopted LinkedIn because of the job stuff. So when you are creating something, do not make the mistake of thinking, I will always talk about YouTube. Just because I talk about YouTube incessantly doesn't mean that it's the only place the video should go. It should go everywhere. It's just YouTube is the easiest place to attract traffic. So get your video onto other platforms. Mistake number 10 is the rarest of all mistakes, but it's probably the most dramatic. So it's going to impact a very small percentage of the people watching this video. But the people out there that it would impact, it would be a huge impact. So if you're creating video, I do occasionally run across people that have prolific YouTube channels, and they've gotten very excited, and they've basically built up a YouTube channel, and they're getting lots of leads, and everything's great, right? For some reason, these people don't tend to know how powerful video is in terms of ranking like real estate websites. So if you are one of those very rare people that already has a following and a prolific following either on Instagram or YouTube, yet you are not yet the owner of your own real estate website or posting your video to a real estate website, you are only receiving maybe 30 to 50% of the potential value of the one video you've created. Each video should be looked at as an asset. That's why they're so powerful. They can be posted in 5 or 6 places. You could end up having one video get 10,000 views on 5 different platforms. The numbers are staggeringly large. So you spend 8 hours, which is a lot of time, creating one video, but it might get you in front of 10,000 people, which is like you've just knocked on 10,000 doors. But here's the thing. You add it to a website. Now Google adds the ranking, organic ranking, to all the potential ways that you can get views to that video. And honestly, I view real estate websites mostly as a delivery system into video, because that's where a lot of my clients receive their best results, is phone calls off these videos. So if you're wondering, well, why would I bother with a website if all I can do is go to YouTube? The answer is fairly simple. You can get in front of the largest search. 95% of people are still using Google as a search engine, somewhere in the real estate search. Saying that you're leaving that out in terms of people finding your content is literally saying that you're limiting your traffic stream by 50%. You have another 50% you can grow for the same efforts that you're doing. Now, obviously, building a website and propping that up, there's a lot of extra effort there. So it's the last thing on my list. It's number 10. And it impacts the smallest amount of the people watching this video for sure. But if you're one of those people and you have your own channel and you just don't have a real estate website that you own, or you're not posting it to a real estate website in general, boy, drop me a comment and give me a thumbs up, because guess what? I probably just gave you a way to increase your potential revenue by 100%. And for all the rest of you, if you like this video, if you think that my content is great, and I know that many of you do me a favor, hit that notification bell, give me a thumbs up on the video. For those of you who may not have seen what you thought you were going to see on this video, I'm always looking to improve, and I'm happy to take your comments and your advice very, very seriously. You can throw me a comment down below, and I will carefully review it. Trust me. All right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. See you the next time.